We got Google Stadia to run on a VR headset. We got Google Stadia to run on a $14 streaming stick, an Xbox Series X, a Fire HD10 tablet, the Atari VCS, a Samsung tablet. We got Stadia to run on hotel internet. We even got Google Stadia to run on an island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And I know what you're thinking. It's the Tesla episode. Oh my god, it's the Tesla episode! Mom, he's doing the Tesla episode! But let's face it, we don't have the budget to buy a Tesla, but we do have the budget for something else. So we reached out to our friends at Google Stadia to partner up on our biggest video yet. We wanted to fly to Dallas and play Google Stadia games on one of the largest screens in the world at Cowboy Stadium. And unfortunately, they never responded back. So instead, we are going to use our own money and play Google Stadia on the smallest LCD screen in the world. Well, technically, the smallest LCD screen in the world is like 0.27 inches. So this is gonna be the smallest LCD screen that we could find on Amazon.com that doesn't require me to be an engineer or scientist to use. That's right, allow me to introduce you to the UCtronics Mini LCD screen, which comes in at a whopping 3.5 inches. Now this beauty of a screen has a resolution of 480 by 320 with 30 frames per second. Now there are some of you out there who are probably thinking there is no way that's 3.5 inches, but there's also somebody who probably looked at this and was like, yep, that is definitely 3.5 inches. Now it's probably worth noting that this screen is designed to attach directly to a Raspberry Pi. However, since the screen already has a micro USB power port and an HDMI port, we can use it just like a television, and we don't really need a Raspberry Pi unit at all. So then the question becomes, how do you get Google Stadia to run on such a itty-bitty screen? And unfortunately, if I was smarter than a monkey, I would probably build a Raspberry Pi unit that was somehow could run Chrome, and I would just stream video games directly to that unit, but honestly, that just sounds like way too much work for a video on a Thursday, so we are going to use the original Chromecast Ultra that Google sent out with the Premier Editions, because what is more simple than just plugging the device in? And sure enough, after doing so, it worked. I was able to boot up Google Stadia on this 3.5 inch screen, and thanks to Stadia's cloud gaming technology, I was able to play games like World War Z, Kazi and the Wild Masks, The Strange Brigade, Outcasters, and PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. And obviously, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, this is the most perfect environment ever, because there's obviously some drawbacks. I mean, number one, I have to be stupid close to the screen to see anything. I did use a magnifying glass, and while it definitely helped, it wasn't ideal when I still had to use both hands to hold the controller. Another point to make is that the screen occasionally has like a line going across it diagonally. Not terrible, but it's definitely noticeable when you're running across the screen too quickly. Which I guess brings us to the question of, is there really any practicality to using this screen? And outside of hooking your hamster up with a big screen TV and a cloud gaming setup, future video idea, hooking my hamster up with the ultimate cloud gaming setup. Man, if only Google Stadia would have responded to my email. This would have been a completely different video. But in all seriousness, I mean, the big takeaway from me after seeing this is I would love to see what the modding and building community could make up with this setup. Like knowing that it is this simple to make it work. I would love to see someone make a Google Stadia Game Boy, a Stadia smartwatch. I mean, with the simplicity of just a screen and a Chromecast, the possibilities are endless. So can Google Stadia run on the world's smallest LCD screen? Yes, it can. Should you do it? Anyway, enough from me. What do you all think? What would you like to see us make with this screen? Where should we test Google Stadia next? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hey, thanks again for checking out our channel. If you like what you saw and you want to see more content just like it, which who wouldn't, hit the subscribe button right there. And while you're down there, hit the like button. Maybe even consider becoming a Nerf Report best friend, just like the people listed down below did. In fact, don't you want to see your name there? I know I do.